Hi there, Joe Gilder here from HomeStudioCorner.com. Did you know I grew up in Mississippi and somehow along the way I lost a lot of my Southern accent? And so my wife says I should just talk Southern more in my videos, maybe just slip in a phrase here and there and then go back to my normal voice. I don't know what's happening. But today I want to talk to you about something that I use a ton in recording, and if you're familiar with it, then you can skip this video, but if you've never used pre-roll before, specifically when punching in parts after you've recorded a take, it is a super handy tool. I'm going to show you how to use it in Studio One, but every DAW I've ever used has some form of this. You'll just have to find out the specifics. So what is pre-roll? Well, if you think about back in like tape machine days, the tape would roll, right? I'm guessing that's where they got the term roll. All it means is when I hit play, or specifically when I hit record, instead of starting right where the cursor is, it's going to go back and kind of give me a ramp up to this part. I like to use 2 bars of pre-roll when I'm punching in. So the idea is we're here at a section. I hit record, it's going to start recording where the cursor is, but it's actually going to start playback 2 bars before. So when I'm doing sessions and tracking sessions, especially with these Nashville guys, the overdub process, once you've tracked it and you got to punch in a couple spots, you got to be on your game and fast. Pre-roll lets you do that. If they say, hey, I need to punch in the second chorus, the first 3 bars, you can go in and you can set it to the beginning of the chorus, hit record, and you can tell them, hey, 2 bars before. Hit record, it'll start playing 2 bars before, and then it'll automatically drop into record once it gets to that spot. It's a great, great, great tool. The alternative is to hit record at exactly the right spot, which is stressful and probably impossible if you're also the musician, which I am. So when I'm playing or singing and I've got to punch in a spot, I don't want to have my hand over here on this fader port pushing the record button at the exact right time. I might be over there recording. Or I might have my back to this, or I might just not want to have to worry about that, and I just want to be in creative mode and sing. So I'm going to show you how to use pre-roll here in Studio One, okay? So one of the things to keep in mind, one of the things you might think is, if I set to record here, well, let me take a step back. This is the song I'm working on. This is just the scratch tracks for a tracking day for a new EP I'm working on, and here is the one of the choruses. The world is not the way it's supposed to be. So that supposed to be is off pitch. I could tune it or I could just sing it again. So the idea is I come in and I slap that marker down right there. And now if I have pre-roll turned on, which in Studio One, there's a little guy right here that you can click to turn it on or just press the letter O to turn it on and off. When I hit record, look what happens. It starts exactly 2 bars before where the recording spot is going to happen. So I can listen, I can sing along, and then as soon as it drops into record, it's going to record. And then when I stop recording, it stops recording. So here's how that works. Let's punch this part in. The world is not the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I didn't love that. Undo, let's try it again. The world is not the way it's supposed to be. Changes come. So the start of the record happened automatically. I ended the recording by just pressing record again. And in the next video, I'll show you a way that you can automatically do both of those. I don't use that as much, but I love this pre-roll for that exactly. Now, Studio One's cool. It automatically adds a crossfade, and everything's good to go. Now, let's say let's start over. And let's say that I go, I'm going to turn a setting off here too so I can really, really demonstrate this. Boom. Okay. So let's say I want to punch in this line, but I'm just not thinking, and I hit right here as my entry point. And let's try it. Hit record. The world is not the way it's supposed to be. And I look and say, oh, you know what? I was supposed to come in a little half a beat earlier. Well, that's fine. I can just drag this back. Oh, no, I can't, because I started recording here. So there's going to be a weird blip between the two. The solution here is something that I love so much. In Studio One, there's this setting called pre-record audio input. If you select that and apply it, whenever I'm doing any sort of punching in, it's always recording behind the scenes. And then when I go to punch in, it will have been recording the previous 5 seconds so that I'm not stuck with a bad punch in. So let me show you what that looks like. We'll do the exact same thing. The world is not the way it's supposed to be. So I missed the punch again, and I can say, oh, guys, it was the best take of your life, but I missed the punch. Or I can just drag it back because it recorded the prior 5 seconds. So now my punch is not messed up. In Pro Tools, they call that quick punch. And I think it automatically defaults to that, where it's always recording under the hood, and when you punch in, you can always peel back the audio to catch something if you missed the downbeat or you started strumming the guitar a little bit before the one, things like that. Super handy tool. If you don't use this in your process of recording, you should. It saves a ton of time and keeps you and the musicians in creative mode. Say, hey, let me get that again. Go to the spot where they need to record, hit record, pre-roll happens, they jump in and they keep going and knocking down a great take. Thanks so much for watching this. I appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe and do all that stuff people tell you to do on YouTube videos. Or you can check out my recording cheat sheet. It's a great PDF guide. You get it absolutely for free. There's a link here below. Check it out. It'll help you get better recordings by the weekend. That sounds like a good deal. That's it for me. See you later. Bye.